Promotions, and we have kept quiet here with us right now. You are actually opening up for a pretty big show tonight, Hed PE. That's pretty rocking, and you were up there rocking out on stage. I actually saw you for the first time tonight, so that was
with the show.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm loving all the bands in there tonight, so I'm very excited. So why don't we go ahead and start introducing the name and what you do?
Hi, I'm Oscar. I play guitar.
I'm Jake, drum and vocals.
I'm Jason, rhythm guitar, lead vocals.
April, I play bass.
Okay. All right. So on this tour, right, is this like a big tour that you're doing right now, or is this just something that was thrown on with Hed PE right now?
Thrown on with Hed PE through the promoters, with them just getting on bigger shows. Opened up with a few other bigger acts this year too. Sean Danielson, I've opened up for him twice.
Okay.
From Smile Empty Soul and Hurt. Just through that, I guess we got good connections and we're able to pull out this gig.
Okay.
So that's how we did that.
So do you, when you're looking for a show to promote, do you contact promoters a lot, or do you they reach out to you?
Since we started 4 years ago, even with the wrong members we've had, we always had a good connection with our fans and promoters liking us.
We have a lot of
so
friends.
once we started playing, honestly, I booked one show for myself. I got a promoter let me do it at the Haven. That was just because my buddy was coming from Virginia. But honestly, we get a show once, maybe two a month, not even asking. So, we just got a good, about 3 or 4 promoters under us, and they just book us out. So.
Yeah, because that's what we do mostly as well.
We're trying to get Bruce tonight, so hopefully
we're wanting 90 years.
Because we're trying to get out of Orlando, Sanford area, and try to get Jacksonville, Tampa,
right.
venture out a little bit more.
I hear that a lot. So it sounds like Orlando is the main place that you've been.
Yeah.
What are some other venues that you've played at besides, probably you played at the Haven?
The Haven is one of our favorite places.
Okay.
Yeah. In this band, we've stuck really to the Haven, the West End. We've played a lot of the festivals this year, the Atlanta Palooza, stuff like that. But we like to keep it at a good venue that people can. It's not downtown. I've played a lot of the downtown venues, the Social, Back Booth, but having people come out on those during the week, it's very challenging, and the gig. So we try to keep it where a lot of our friends will be able to.
I have found that out too. Tonight is a Wednesday night, and it's pretty full in there.
And the reason we chose to do this is because of Hed PE. I will play downtown at those places when it's worth it.
Right.
So
I know you mentioned you played with some big names this year. What about in the past? Any big names in the past?
Like I said, just Sean Danielson, Smile Empty Soul. We've opened for him 2 times.
Okay.
Once each year. It was actually about the same date.
Okay.
And also the singer from Hurt. I believe his name is Jason. Might be mistaken.
Are you catching us at the point in the climb where we're going to be able to say that we've played with more names?
We're opening for a lot more of the bigger local bands. We just did touring, who were touring Kellen Heller.
Yeah.
And Soul Switch. We just played with them.
Okay.
Getting better with them. Filth, we're good friends with.
Yeah.
Anyone's Guest. Leaving Haven. April from wow, now we're Auditory Armory.
Elysium, we
We
opened
played
up
with
for them
Million
also.
Lie, Anyone's Guest, Leaving Haven.
Yeah, so we're all good friends with everybody playing House of Blues. They've been watching us step up and fall back down and stepping up, and so we really think we found our niche now. So
that's when it's good as when you're coordinating with bands and you network with bands.
Yes.
I think that's really helpful because I've actually gotten a lot when I'm looking for a band on Facebook. I have bands contact me and say, "Hey, I have a friend in so-and-so band." I've never heard of them, but they were referred, so I'm like, okay, well, you referred them, you're a good, you've been a good resource, so let's go ahead.
It's sad how many local bands don't support and wonder why they get shitty gigs and they never get played, and it's just like, if you don't support the people that are out here doing it with you, you don't do it as a team, and so that there is a full venue, because it's hard to get people to come out to see a local show. There's so many clubs downtown. It's a new age, and it's hard to keep people doing this, and you've got to start a trend, and you've got to support each other.
And I always say, the best way to gain fans is to support other bands.
Yes.
That's my own quote.
It's a warm body and a kind word.
Right.
Go a long way.
I have that quote on my
You
side.
find out the bands that are very supportive have the best fans, and those fans love all the local
Right.
bands.
Filth is a good example.
It's a big group of people.
They go to everything.
Yes, they go to everything. I think the singer's been to every one of our shows. He goes to every Haven show he
And he
can.
gets the crowd going.
He
cares.
I wish I had the more free time. I wish I could be more like him. I don't know how he does it, but I just don't have the time to be at every gig. But he's very supportive. But
And you know what? Even if you show up, honestly, even at 1 or 2 every now and then,
when we can,
whoever, and network, not just like sit in a corner. I know when I first started promoting, I would say, well, go ahead and come meet me. I'll be sitting. And I just sat there and nobody would ever say anything. If you want to interview, come to me. And I've learned that I have to actually go to the bands like I did with you guys and start, just emailing, because you guys don't know.
Yeah.
You probably didn't know I do interviews until I emailed you. So the same with the band.
There's a lot of really cool people and really cool acts in this local scene. All you got to do really is also just find things you like and tell them, hey man, your tone's fantastic.
Right.
Hey man, that's a great setup, and you use it well.
I
and
agree.
You just walk up there, and if you just have a good heart and speak it, you know, they're gonna reciprocate. They're gonna say it right back. And
Right.
You know, that's my whole spiel. Is looking like an idiot while I'm playing. You know, but you know the guitar
But
players
then you'll
out
be
there
talked
are
about
gonna
or
see it,
whatever.
yeah.
So, and I agree with you. I do try to find some kind of niche in each band that I work with, something unique to them, and then I bring that up in anything that I might talk about or something. Oh, you've got it. Like Phil, he uses his green fingers. Oh,
Yeah.
he looks like that's my big thing. Oh, you should have been in the show. He looked like Freddy Krueger with green fingers up there. That was my big thing.
Yeah,
so each band has a different thing. So, original members, do you have a change up from when you started, or what's that about?
We're the originals from about 4 years ago.
We've been acoustic. We've been Kept Quiet. Well, Kept Quiet started as just his solo acoustic project. before he
years
met
ago.
me.
I mean, I've had Kept
Years
Quiet as a
ago.
name for years, and when I met her through the cover band scene, we wanted to start a band, and we found 2 members, and
Great
Kept Quiet
people.
came back up, and they wanted to use that name.
Right.
Good people, ended up not working out. We were more of an alternative rock band, and we're a band that we switch with the members that we get. Everybody put in their own effort. I don't ever tell somebody what to play, you know. And next we were metal, and
We
then
got
we
the
lost our drummer.
We got the drummer and the guitarist from
Datora.
Datora. We actually
Datora.
got their
and
drummer.
and those 2 fell out. Then we got Jake, and then we had another lead guitar player play 1 show with us. He fell out, and so we've had Jake for about a year, and we toured Oscar about 3 months ago. Right when we hit the studio, he jumped in. He actually learned his lines, had 2 different lines at each part. Said, I'm going to play both for you, tell me what you want recorded, and we threw him on the recording, and he's played 8 shows with us in the past 3 months.
Wow, like 3 months.
So
Yeah,
his first
hitting
gig
it.
with us was 2 gigs in a day.
Oh,
So
wow.
we've
I've been in the
keeping him
band for
busy.
3 days when that happened.
Yeah.
Jake, what's funny about Jake is we met Jake, and we met him on Craigslist, and like literally the week later, his girl dumped him. And he was like, well, I got to move far away. And we liked him a lot, so we actually gave him a key to our apartment and let him stay with us.
that's good.
But
Let
we're
me
lucky
explain
he didn't
this.
We're lucky he didn't kill us because he was a Craigslist.
Right, Craigslist.
Yes.
Random Craigslist
No,
guy.
I met them. I was very, 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 very cocky with my Craigslist because I used to be a vocalist, and I was like, well, if I'm going back to drums, I'm going to be some big badass drummer.
Right.
And I was like, I want to sing, I want to play drums, I want to do this. And then he messaged me, and he's like, we can make it work. And then I listened to them, realized that he's a better singer than I am. I backed down and realized how cool these people were. You know, we kind of worked together. We did 1 practice with them. They said, you know, you're in. And then the next 4 days later, my 5-year relationship ended. And I told them, I'm moving to Gainesville for now, but I will come back for every practice because I work here still. And
Right.
They, again, they gave me a key to their house, so I stayed here for half the week. And we rehearsed then, and then I went back until I moved back here almost a year ago now. So I've been in the band solidly for about a year.
Their first show was
And he's
here.
not living with us no more.
Not anymore,
Nah.
no, he's a big
I
Band
grew
in
up.
Mom's basement.
But
He got out when he said he was going to get out.
But
Yeah.
that does bring up another subject that I have not talked about. Band families is a really big thing. A band family is something completely different from like a family you grew up with.
Yes.
Yes.
And giving him the key just a few days or whatever after that shows that bond that musicians and bands tend to have with each other. The trust that's there.
And we have the same thing with other local groups. If they've treated us well, I'm throwing my gear at them. Use it. And
Yes.
I've had people save me before, let me lend and stuff. But that's one thing.
Even Oscar, when he first met us, he was throwing $1,000
we've
deposits
offered.
at us.
We've let my buddies from Virginia need crash at our place.
Right.
I've offered bands that were touring, you know, come over, take a shower, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, to help you out, you know. And
I
I've
know-
bought T-shirts, or I've even given them $20 before, just here, man, on the road,
Right.
you know, just trying to do what I can because I'd like that on me too.
Yes.
So I'm a
Yeah.
real believer in karma.
As a touring, we had some, my partner and daughter, she had invited some touring bands over. And she's like, oh, we're going to have a couple guys over. I come out and it's like, I don't know, like 12 guys in sleeping bags at like pods in my house, and I'm like tiptoeing around. So I mean, you just never know when you're a promoter in a band. You just never know who is just going to end up at your house.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I wanted to touch on that.
Well, you know, you'll see some folks that sour up, but really the whole thing is it's not a matter even if things do go south, and, you know, and things don't work out, you still give because it's what you do.
Right.
Yes.
You know, and like I said, if somebody needs a guitar for a show, I have a lot of guitars. In my back, when I met these guys, I'm a full-time music teacher, and that means I have 180 guitar students that I teach in a classroom, and I have a whole, just basically I play guitar all day and have since I was 20. I'm an old man now, you know, and so kind of looking back, I decided, okay, I've been recording my own stuff for 2 years, and that was like putting Miracle Girl on me as a player. I came out completely different, but then I put my name out there, and I was on Band Mix. I'm looking at April, and I'm looking at her account. I'm like, hey, look, maybe I can play with them. I thought they were looking for a rhythm guitar player, you know.
Yeah.
And so I contacted them, and nothing through Band Mix. So I contacted them through Facebook, and I got Jason, and Jason's like, hey, hold on a second. You have your own gear.
That was impressive.
Yes, that meant a lot.
Hold on. You actually own your own amp.
We don't have to provide.
You haven't snorted your last 6 guitars up your nose. Wait a minute. And you want? Hold on. Let me get this straight. You want to come play with us? I'm like, yeah, dude. I like your stuff.
Right.
And
We've dealt
That
with
was
some
a selling
chumps.
point.
At one time, literally, April's got some fans in the audience, and they're going, why is your singer moving your guitar player's rig and everything? She goes, because it's his. I was letting my guitar player use my extra cabinet head, my guitar, everything. And what does he do? Leave it on stage. That's why he's no longer in the band. But
Yes.
no names will be mentioned. But yeah, meeting
that was a
Oscar,
big deal
it's
at
so
the
hard to
time.
find even musicians, period, but a good lead guitar player that's
Right.
not cocky and has gear. I can't
not-
say how many I'm like,
yeah.
I can play like a ninja, but I don't have anything.
And
I don't
fun.
get that.
I saw you have
Yeah.
personality.
Well,
up
yeah,
there,
he does.
so-
my background's in jazz and metal
Yeah.
and prog. Okay, and so there's always somebody that can just kick the living shit out of you. There's no point
Right.
in acting like you're the best. So instead, you know, you play your ass off and make a few dumb faces and
Get together.
And
Yeah.
he told me who he was, and I listened to some of his songs. He started telling me all this gear he had. I'm like, what the hell? Oh my god! And then I go, okay, he's got to be cocky. He's got to be the biggest.
Right.
And, you know, we were like, oh my god, we got to be.
We
tight.
invited him over, me and him, like, let's just see how he acts in the house when it's just us. Let's just
And I
talk.
was in Boston when you guys
Yeah,
brought
she was
us
in
over.
Boston.
I
We
was
kind
sitting
of just
there
had him come
waiting
over,
patiently.
jam a little bit, see if he was a cool person, and it was kind of too good to be true. I'm like, wow, he has no ego.
We have what do they call it? We have like post-traumatic stress disorder with guitar players.
Yeah.
Like we have trust issues.
Yes.
Like at first I was like, he's gonna leave us. He's gonna leave. He's gonna come and make it good, and then he's gonna leave.
Jason, you better be able
Now
to play
he's
all of
showing
these
us
songs
what's
on
going
rhythm.
Well, we all figure out that when you're a pro player, you don't compare yourself to a guy walking down the street. You got to compare yourself to Eddie Van Halen. You got to compare yourself to John fucking Petrucci.
Right.
And when you're comparing yourself to the people in the bracket that you think you belong in, you just got to shut the hell up and practice. There's no time to sit there and think, oh, I'm amazing.
Right.
No, seriously, I am. No, there's no place for
Yes.
that whatsoever. You actually start laughing at yourself when you start getting, I'm dumb, you know, because that's what kills your creativity. Your creativity fucking dies the minute you're happy with how you are as a musician. You know, the minute you're okay with that, you stop pushing yourself. You put the guitar down, you know, and you do other things.
That reminds me, I actually saw a Twisted Sister thing today about Stay Hungry, and he named it that because he found out that once he had like the limo and he wasn't hungry anymore, so that's why he named the album Stay Hungry. I know it's kind of had nothing to do with it, but it makes me think of that.
I used to have an old acoustic that I wrote Never Think You're Good Enough, and in a very positive manner, where in the sense of once everybody says you've nailed it, you can still do something more. You
Or
can still
change something, do something, get creative
It can
somewhere
always be
else.
better, it can always be different.
Right.
And that's the thing, never thinking you're top dog, because there's, like you said, there's always somebody out there that can do something a little better than you. and you're always going to be better at this, you know. And even like when Oscar came into the band, I'm like, is this guy even going to want me to play rhythm with him? I mean, like, you know, he's a very gifted player, and like you said, he's just very at ease. He knows where I stand and what I hold in the band, and he says, let me put that icing on the cake. And
he opened up the whole sound.
Yes, he did. He says,
I'm able to like stray from root notes now, and I don't have to hold up so much of the backbone. It's
April is a hell of a player.
Yes.
Let no one get that twisted. April knows how to play some squash on the bass. She's fantastic, and you know, the jazz background, what that does for me working with this band is, all right, it's not about playing every note you've ever learned in high quality. In the higher end of jazz, it's about playing the one right one.
Right.
That one thing that just causes the whole thing to snap together. And when I came into this band, the mindset that I tried to adopt immediately was, how do I get the hell out of their way and let them do what they're doing, while still just adding their one little note.
At rehearsal, he kept saying,
kind of blending.
How does this sound? Am I overdoing? Am I going over top of you? This and that. And I just kept saying, you're sounding good, you're sounding good. And he just kept bringing it up because he wanted to stand back. He's like, I don't want to take over anything. Yeah. And I said, the best way to describe it, Oscar, is you've been the guitar player that never turned his volume up, and you finally did, and we can hear you now. I said, you're adding the perfect thing.
It was what we needed.
The first time we jammed together, we just start playing, and this guy just starts playing a riff right off the bat. I'm like, that should be there. Why? How are you doing this? He just came in and was just able to put.
So it's all.
They call it the pocket.
Yeah.
You gotta find the pocket.
We wrote our first song together in 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, we did actually.
The new one, I don't play guitar on. I mean, literally, he started playing a lick, she started playing it, and I said, I have these lyrics. They fit this song. Bam. I mean, it was random. We were just ran through our set. He just started playing a lick, and we just kind of went with it.
So it's finally you guys have just gotten the form that you need.
Yes, we finally we found our members, and I think we finally found kind of the style we're going for exactly.
Awesome.
So it's been a process.
Well, is there anything else you want to add into that? I mean, it was so, like I said, it was the first time I saw you, so I'm glad that I got in there and saw you. I got some photos, I got some footage, interviewing with you. That's awesome.
Yeah. The only thing I'd like to add is that we just recorded our new single 1221 at Redline Studios. Great place to go. The video was done by her. The lyric video.
500 something pictures.
It's 500 something pictures. It's
watch it again when you actually see
so it's very creative. And we'll be back in the studio here in about a month or two, and recording probably the next song, Book of Crows, and then doing a music video at the Bat Ranch. Hopefully, nothing is set in no dates.
Right.
And also just keep up on our page, because there will be some shows. Nothing's put to date yet, but we'll have another show within a month.
Okay.
So
yeah, because you never know what's going to happen with the band.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. This is for you guys. So thank you for the interview and taking the time out of your time in there with the bands and down here with us. So Kept Quiet, thank you guys so much. Watch our stuff. You can look at their link down below of this video. I will attach your
somewhere like right in this area.
The blue and go whatever. I will put all your links up there that you need me to, so anybody has access to it. Okay. All right. Well, Kept Quiet. Thanks a lot again for the interview and